Okay, so I'm gonna try to get this one out right after the last one I just did. I just did a reaction to the movie Together. That trailer just dropped. But then I saw in the recommended section that another trailer dropped today, about 11 to 12 hours ago. And this is, I have been looking forward to this movie since I heard its announcement. I don't think I've ever really mentioned how much of a Toxic Avenger fan I was, but I loved all of those movies from back in the early 90s. I was a kid. I was watching them probably when I shouldn't. And they just are the most ridiculous films that I think I've ever seen before in my life. But they are amazing. And they offer a very niche population of movie watchers. You have to really like Trauma and their style to appreciate something like the Toxic Avenger series. And when they were talking about the reboot, I was super excited, and the cast just sounds phenomenal. And we'll go over that a little bit after the fact. But apparently, it's been stuck in production hell without being able to find a distributor. So, I guess with this teaser being released, I guess we have a distributor because it's going to be coming out. I mean, as far as I know, I want to check out this teaser trailer. I want to see what it's all about.
Welcome to Miss Me. Fun new bar, same great grub. We stop your box. Tuna taco, wet burrito. Come try our ultimate.
Wet burrito.
Big cock.
Bring the family, bring the kids, bring the granny. I got you, little bro.
Reports that a group of armed political extremists
Big men with
will be
guns.
taken hostages.
Nobody special. Just some dude with a mop! Stupid fucking antler! You too, dummy! Give me your lunch! Ow!
Thank you for clicking on our
I forgot Peter. I forgot Peter Dinklage is toxic. So he's short, but is the mop magic? Why is the mop magic? It was always just a regular mop. I gotta play it one more time. I gotta play it one more time. Just at his entrance. It's just so cool.
Nobody special. Just some dude with a mop!
This is gonna be gory, and it's gonna exceed probably anything Troma's put out in a very long time.
Stupid fucking antler! You too, dummy!
Peter Dinklage is perfect for this. I don't give a shit. Peter Dinklage was perfect for this, man. Okay. It's very quick, but they've given us so much. I'm very happy about that. I'm very excited. Is there any information in the trailer info? I don't think I'm talking into the mic even. I'm just being so ecstatic right now. So, set in a fantasy world following janitor Winston Goons, who, after a freak accident, transforms into a mutant vigilante known as Toxie. Armed with his mop, the unlikely hero battles freaks, gangsters, and corrupt CEOs while trying to save his relationship with his son. Okay, it premiered its opening at Fantastic Fest in 2023, with wider theoretic release planned by Cineverse in the United States for August. August is going to be a good month for just the summer. Just the summer is going to be great for films in general, but August seems to be kind of a hit for this. Macon Blair is the director. Has he done anything else? Macon Blair. The Monkey's Paw. I do remember that. Oh no, he wrote that. Okay. I don't feel at home in the world anymore. It's another Elijah Elijah Wood, Small Crimes, with this guy from Game of Thrones. Hold the Dark. He wrote that. I heard some good things about that. The 57 Seconds, some random film with Morgan Freeman. And then he wrote the Brothers movie that came. Another thing that he did with Peter Dinklage. Interesting. Okay, so that's him, writer director. Oh, he's also got some acting roles. Okay, whatever. But forget about that. So let's see what we got here. We got Peter Dinklage, Jacob Tremblay, which I believe I've actually seen him in. What's that one where he plays? It's a little kid. I want to say it's called Good Boys. Is this the kid from Good Boys? Yeah, he is. It's the main kid from Good Boys. Yep. Okay, so that's gonna be fun. Kevin Bacon, Taylor Page, Elijah Wood, Sarah Niles, Julia Davies, Julia Kaskoff, David Yao, Johnny Coyne, Jane Levy, Rebecca O'Mara. Most of these names don't sound familiar for me, but when you're talking Peter Dinklage, Kevin Bacon, and Elijah Wood all in the same movie, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Okay, so that's the other thing with this reboot is that it had this very unfortunate issue of finding a distributor. So where is it released? The Toxic Avenger premiere at his opening film festival. The film also played at Beyond Fest in 2023 before having its international debut at the 56th Sitges. I'm definitely going to pronounce that wrong, and someone's going to yell at me in the comments about it. The 56th Film Festival as part of the Out of Competition section. Huh. Okay, so it did a run in a couple of festivals in 2023. Then in 2024, it was reported that the reason for the film being unreleased for wider audiences was due to ongoing difficulties in securing a distributor. It has been described as unreleasable due to its gore and graphic content. Filmmaker and producer Adam Masnick stated on X, so on Twitter, that no distributors have come forward, citing concerns that it is not safe enough to market, suggesting it could potentially become lost media. However, in January 2025, it was announced that Cineverse had acquired the distribution rights to the film, with plans to release it theoretically later that year. That same month, the company scheduled it for release in the United States on October 29, 2025. So thank you, Cineverse, for giving us this film. You are awesome. You're relatively new, too. You're a pretty new company. What else have you done? What else have you made sure we've gotten? A lot of reality TV. Dog Whisperer channel, Screambox, okay. The Bob Ross channel. Those are your television, okay. But no, I don't see any films or anything. Expansion into video on demand. So yeah, you're not really, I guess, you don't do a lot of this as far as I can see. This might be their first film distribution? I'm just skimming through this Wikipedia page, and it's probably not even the best place to find the information, but it's the information that's here in front of me. So, after waiting 2023, 2 years, this movie is finally coming out, and this was almost a film that made it into another video or another entry into the completed films you'll never see series that I have. And I was holding off on it because I was actually going to do a completely separate Toxic Avenger video, because I feel that the Toxic Avenger film like history is really fun to talk about, just like where they went with it as far as storytelling and what it kind of does. It has this kind of status among people who love the trauma films, and I just wanted to make a whole kind of like discussion about that. I wanted to do a whole video for it. And this was going to be like the crescendo about how it had this reboot stuck in production hell. But now I'm going to have to change what that outlook is going to be, because we're finally going to get the movie. So maybe I'll try to work on that so it's close to the release of that film. And maybe I'll also include the pointers of whether or not that film received any praise, which I think it will, just because it's now going to reach, because I don't even think any of the original ones were in theaters. Those were like VHS finds. Those were the kind of things that you saw on the shelf at your local rental store that you were like, this looks cool. It looks like a grotesque superhero holding a mop with the American flag waving in the background. Hold on. I gotta find the Toxic Avenger, the original one. So yeah, that's the original box cover for the VHS tape. And if you saw that in the store, you were grabbing it. I don't care who you think you are. You were grabbing this box set and you were going to figure out what was going on because there's a lot there. He's wearing this purple torn up garment that you don't realize is a ballerina suit until you watch the film. He's got a mop that looks like it's melting, the American flag. One eye is basically right next to his mouth while the other one is on top of his head. It's just such a unique character that just holds a place, and I want to say a lot of 90 kids' hearts, because this was part of that era where you just went and grabbed whatever you could. And if your mother said okay, or if your dad was like, this looks amazing, or this looks cool, we're going to go home and watch this. It was just what was part of that. It was part of the discovery of movies. And that's what Toxic Avenger represents. It's not like it's a groundbreaking story. It's not like it's unique in any way. It just represents an era of that kind of brings up the nostalgia, and it feeds into what like most people are looking for these days, and that's a return to those things that we loved. And those of us who love the ridiculousness of those films are probably going to love the ridiculousness of this film when it finally comes out. I'm so happy this movie is getting released. It fills me with so much joy, and I'm definitely going to watch that in theaters. The first Toxic Avenger film that's ever been released in a movie theater, bet your ass I'm going to watch it. If you made it this far, you are awesome. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and let YouTube know I'm doing a good job. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the other videos in the studio. All of this helps support me and the channel, so it is very appreciated. Whether you're new or returning, thanks for watching. Cheers.